Many of my friends and comrades from the Vietnam War, some of the readers of my book, Warrior Spiritual Odyssey, asked me to share a few stories from my Vietnam experience. Some of you may know I was a crew chief door gunner on a Huey helicopter, and I was in Vietnam from 1966 through 1967. During that time, I was assigned to the 128th Assault Helicopter Company out of Phu Loy, just outside of Saigon, close to the Parrot's Beak, where Cambodia comes into the country of South Vietnam. And we were flying on a mission in a place called Hobo Woods. Hobo Woods was a pretty dangerous place this time that I was there because it was heavy concentrations of infiltrations of North Vietnamese troops and Viet Cong that had come down the Ho Chi Minh Trail. And there was a 25th Infantry Division soldiers down there, and there was 9th Infantry and I think elements of the 1st Infantry, and we were supporting them all. It was during one of these missions that we were flying around dropping off ammo and supplies, food, picking up wounded, that we left early in the morning because we wanted to get a real good start on the day, and they urgently needed resupply. So we were flying around and focusing on the landing zones, which were basically nothing more than areas that were chopped out by chainsaw or by hand grenades, just a small clearing in the woods, and we would set the helicopter down there. And we were so focused on finding the right spots. I mean, these weren't airports we were looking for. These were like little holes in the forest in the middle of nowhere. And so we were really focused on looking for those. And I was focused in the backseat behind my machine gun on enemy locations, looking to observe to see if there's any rounds and tracers coming at us or if there was movement down below. And as the day went along, early morning, there was a ground fog that came in. And before we knew it, the entire canopy of the jungle below us was solid fog. You couldn't see even the tops of the trees. So we didn't know where the LZs were at anymore. We were kind of circling around trying to get our bearings. And the pilots had got a little disorientated, and we didn't know exactly where we were at. And all of a sudden, we hear this sound that you never want to hear in a helicopter or an aircraft. And that's this audio alarm goes off, says, "Oops, you're low on fuel. You're getting ready to run out." And this alarm's going off, and we're all looking around, and pilots are telling us me and the gunner to look for a spot for them to land because we're going to run out of fuel. And we weren't even sure, because none of us had been in that situation before, how long that you had for fuel after the alarm went off. We didn't know if it was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but we knew we were in a hurt. And we had to find a place quickly. And as we circled around and couldn't see a place, couldn't see any place, I said a prayer. I knew that this was going to take some kind of divine intervention. And I kept saying these prayers over and over. You know, Jesus, I love you. Protect us. Find us a place to land. Take care of my friends. And just as we're down to the last moments of fuel, we looked down below where we've already looked previously. And the wind or something shifted, and there was just a little clearing in the fog. And there we could see an opening. And not just an opening in the fog, but actual clearing in the jungle. The forest had actually been cleared out, that spot. So it was actually a place for us to land. So we went towards it, and just as we started to go down to about 25, 30 feet, the fuel stopped. The blade stopped, everything stopped, the engine stopped, and we just gently dropped in the last 25 feet on the ground. We were out of fuel. Now, we weren't out of danger, though, because I quickly jumped out. I did a quick survey to see what I had to survive with. I grabbed my M16 rifle and some ammo, and I opened up the doors for the pilots, and we're getting everybody out, and we look around, and in the foggy tree line, we see movement. Hundreds of soldiers, warriors of some kind, and they're coming towards us. And we knew that there was no way we were going to fight our way out of this. And so we just stood there waiting to see what was going to happen. And next thing we know, we recognized that these are American troops, 25th Infantry Division. And we actually picked out of all this big, vast area a spot where they were at, where they actually had an LZ. And on top of that, They actually had one of those big portable bladders of jet fuel sitting down there where we could actually fill up our helicopter. So not only did we find a place to land instead of crashing on top of the trees, we found a safe spot that had fuel and had troops on the ground to protect us while we were refueling. Coincidence? Luck? I don't know. I kind of thought it was the power of prayer.